This is to a main event in Montclair, California. It is the only main event in California at the time of filming. Right after that, we see some kiosks, and they're pretty cool because they actually have the ability to scan coupons. So if you have a coupon, you don't need to go to like the front desk. That's really cool. They have some sort of like restaurant and like a bar, and over there they have a bowling alley with a few lanes, which is pretty cool. And that looks like a really delicious dessert. There are the restrooms. They have a backdrop if you want to take photos, and then there's like the arcade over there. Sorry, there was someone walked past. There is a sign for birthdays and like guests are like, well, there's a prize room, and we'll get to there later. But first, we go to the arcade, and it's really big. You can see that there are a lot of games, and there's another look at the kitchen. So right off the bat, we have the photo booth, the Disney photo booth rather, and there's a cotton candy machine, and that does not seem to be operational. And we have another kiosk, and I'm not sure what this thing is right here. And there is the redeem machine for all of the point pushers. They have quite a few. Here is the NBA Superstars, followed by Twister and Nerve Arcade. And the jackpot is $250 for most games, not all of them, but most of them are $250. Here is what's called Ticket Monster, so it's like Big Bass Wheel. And here is the Super JJ robot. So this is the claw machine. I'm not really sure what the hype is, to be honest. Not cool, but it's a ring machine. It's like 10 credits. Most of the games here are like 8.8 credits or 9 credits, somewhere 7.5. And I'm not sure exactly how many tickets or credits you get for all rather. Here is Godzilla, Haiku Wars VR, and there is the Virtual Rabbit. So they have some VR stuff. That's pretty cool. And then we have the Carnival Wheel ×3. I'm not a big fan of this one. I remember I got a bonus and then I'm getting 30. I thought that was a really big bonus, so I got a very poor first experience. Here is Milestone Legends 9, and that's pretty cool. I think that's a 9. Maybe it's just a logo. Here is Hot Wheels Racing. That's really cool. They combine the screens to make one big screen. And then there is Power Roll, and I believe it's $250 progressive. I believe it goes up 10 every time someone misses. So it's been 12 or so games. Here is the Wonder Claw. There's 2 cycles there. That cycle for the plus, and that one's for the little surprise boxes. Here is Super Blaster. I've never seen this before. Very interesting. Here is Laybox. I've seen this at Fat Cats in Arizona. I believe it's in Queen Creek. It's pretty cool. You just throw the balls. I don't think you get tickets, but it is pretty fun, and it is a nice workout. It looks like they are doing some remodeling or something. Here are 2 more Wonder Claws. And then here is the Harpoon Lagoon, and have a little marquee up there, what it's called. And then over there is Baseball Pro, and it's $250, just like most games. Here is a set of 4 small claw machines. So there's like, kind of like rubber duckies or like other rubber thingies. Here is the Tom and Jerry air hockey. Very, very interesting. I've never seen that before. I'm not sure what chaos ensued when you play it. Over here is Hyper Pitch. Something rare. Here is, I think it's, what it's called. Some hoops game, basketball game. It's been a while. Here's Rabbit Hollywood. So they have this one and the purple one. There is Grand Piano Game. So it's a 2-player one where you sit down. It's not playing right now. Here is Halo Fireteam Raven. Very interesting. Most of the Halo games that you see where you sit down, but this one is not. Here is the world's largest Pac-Man. And then we're going to touch off. I don't miss anything. Here is another redeem machine. And here is Space War 66. It starts off at 500 tickets and it goes up 10 every time someone misses. Here is the Guardians of the Galaxy, which is like the SpongeBob Coaster game. Same idea. Here is Wicked Tuna, followed by Mega Shot, Basketball Pro. That's 500, which is better than most. Here is Space War 66 again. I'm not sure why they have 2. And this is 1,000. It's actually pretty hard. It used to be easy, but they made it a lot harder. I used to be able to win like 3 out of 5 times. Now I haven't won it a lot. Here's another Basketball Pro. I don't know why they have 2 Basketball Pros and 2 Space Warps, and why one Space Warp was on the other side. And here is the Addams Family. I played it. I didn't realize you only get like a couple shots, but it's interesting. It's reminiscent of some 90s games. Here is Jurassic World. Here is Dodgeball Ultimate Arena, and I rarely see it outside of data functions, but it has been a while since I've been to an arcade, so maybe this is more common now. Here they have 4 Super Strike 3 and Big Buck HD. Very interesting. Here is an air hockey table. So they have this one, and they also have the Tom and Jerry one. Here is World Football Pro, followed by 3 Monopoly Goes, or Roll and Go. I don't know why they have so many wheels, but I guess it's something people like. Here is Powerball 500. I believe there was a Powerball on the other side, so they have 2, but they're in different spots. I don't know why. There's Bust Move Frenzy. Very fun game, but it's pretty challenging. I have played a few times. Here is the Treasure Quest, so another wheel game. There's Asphalt Legends Arcade, so another one, ×2, and Cruising Labs ×2. And there's another Treasure Quest. There's Space Invaders. I believe you used to be able to win like 3 or 4, but before the score to beat would jump, but now it's like 1 or 2. There is the Fast and Furious Arcade, very big, pretty cool. Zombie Snatcher, ZOM for $8.98, and there is a 300 right there, so that's not too bad, but I'm not sure how many bonus letters there are per set. It's only 1 or 2. Here is the Flintstones Quarry Quest. This is very rare. I believe the only other time I've seen this was in Chuck E. Cheese in San Jose. Very rare, and 6-sided. And we have another wheel game, which is the Little Ticket Monster. So it's Ticket Monster, but small. It's pretty rare. There's Hot Wheels, and that's for 500. But I've heard that's pretty hard. And then we got a section over here we're going to go through, and then we'll circle back. We got the Taj Mahal, another ring game, so claw machine. Here's Drop or Drop for $2.50. Very interesting. We have 2 Mega Blasters. It appears to be progressive because that one on the left is 500, the one on the right is 510. There's Poke Bowl, a very, very hard game. Here is Photo Studio. Very cool. Let's go inside. So it's 27.6 credits. So I'm not sure how much. I think you can get, like, if you have a coupon, it's like 10 credits per dollar, so it's like $2.70. Here is the laser tag XL. So apparently they have laser tag out there. And there's a scoreboard for the laser tag. I forgot about this. Here is T-ball, and it's the hard one. The red and black one. There's the gold fishing for $2.50. Here is Crazy Balls. If you get 4 purple balls, you get 1,000. So that's really hard. Like, it seems pretty difficult. Oh, actually, you have to get the 4 of your color. So you need to get 4 yellows, I guess purples are wild. Very interesting. Here is another air hockey table. This one's the Anaheim Ducks. And let's see, we have 3 pearl fisheries. And over there is Geared Up. I don't miss that. And we have tons of tickets. I almost missed this as well. So there's what, 3 of them? And then we have, next to the pearl fisheries, 2 tickets. And they have the metal cups, not plastic, which are more sturdy. And then we have pixel tape to the left. There are people playing, so hopefully I can get it. Yeah, there's pixel tape, you can see it. Then there's ring toss at 2. We have, oh look, there's milk jug toss. There's some balls there. And here is Down the Mound. That's for 500, and score to be is 706. And it appears that they have some balls, but I'm not sure. All you gotta do is just look underneath. Here is Break the Play. So they have balls here and balls there. There is extra hoops, pretty cool. And then there's a small section tucked away to my left, which I'll get to. Here is the Angry Birds Plane Crash, 3 cabinets. And then we have NBA Hoops ×6. That is a lot of basketball. Pretty cool. And here's an interesting one. What is it? Tundra Toss Football Fury. It's 11 credits, so it's not expensive, but they have some pretty big holes. And you know, I'm not really that good at football. Got a bad shoulder, but I think I could get a few points. Here is Hot Shot Free Throw Fury. That is much more difficult than most basketball games. Also 11 credits. Here is what's called Axe Master. Sometimes called like what? I think there's other names at other places, but it's 8.7. And you got these rubber axes. They're actually pretty good. They're pretty cool. Like the idea of paying 80 cents to do axe throwing, it's actually a really good deal. It's often like $5, $10, $20. I remember paying like $5 for like 10 throws. You know, that's unfair. Here is a Shipwreck. Pretty rare. Pretty cool. $2.50. Unfortunately, the jackpots are lower now. I think that the jackpots used to be higher before this store opens. Then they kind of recalibrate everything. Here is Rolling with the Ghosties. It's like a skee ball with Pac-Man. That's really cool. I'm not sure if there's any bonus ones. I remember there was like lightning skee ball back in the 90s. That one was fun. And now we're circling back. Like I said, this is a big arcade. Here's Spin and Win ×2. And there's Typhoon and Target Bravo. And I almost missed the second little monster, little field monster. Here's another kiosk. You can check the card or buy cards. And then here, like the fan is Go to Rope. That's really cool. Beat 16.2 seconds for 504 tickets. It's a very fun game. It's also a really hard workout, but it's a good deal if you can beat it. Here is Jurassic Park, and then here is Treasure Coast. And as I pan around, you can see that there's a lot of real estate here. Here is Crazy Tower, and we have Willy Crash, and there is Quick Drop. I've heard that the Quick Drops aren't that great, and we're gonna circle around. We have Full Tilt, which starts off at $2.50, but apparently it's progressive. Here's Whack-A-Win, also progressive. I'm not sure what starts at. Here is Auto Blitz DX, I think, and there are 4 of them. So fun playing. There's 2 Pop Blocks, and here is Pump It Up 2024 Phoenix. There's next to Black Hole is the Minecraft Dungeons Arcade, so 8.8 credits. Pretty cool. You collect the cards. Like Gauntlet Legends. Here's NFS, like a racing game. They have a lot of big racing games. They really invest in them. Here is Bobblehead Baseball. It's pretty interesting. Not sure if it's actually 1,000 or if it just shows 1,000, but interesting game. Pretty fun, but because it's digital, I feel like somebody's rigged it. I remember there was one, they completely rigged it. I could not win it. Here is Wild West Shootout. So, they have some cool stuff, Willy Crash, Quick Drop, Great Tower, Full Tilt, Go Tropes. So a lot of, classics, I guess, or modern classics. They have the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Point Butcher 6-sided. Here's a pretty rare one. It's the Avengers Infinity Stone Challenge. So you have to drop the stone ball into the hole there, and if you miss, you don't get anything. But if you get, like, I think if you get all 6 of them, then you get the super bonus play. So wait, are you telling me you have to get 6 balls into the hole, so you have to get 6 wins just for a chance for the big win? That does not seem like a good deal at all. So let's see, here is the Avengers Point Butcher, and I don't see the cards, so I feel like this is the cardless version. So you just get like bonuses, tickets. See, I almost did this. Here is Fast and Furious Supercars ×2 and Snowcross ×2, but they also have Bop It, and right now the bonus ticket or jackpot is 10.5. That's very interesting. I could have sworn that it was only 1,000. It's just not only 1,000. That was really good. If you can get good at this game, then you can do really well. But someone told me that the lights aren't lighting up, and they broke recently. Got 4 of them. So we have the 4 Mario Kart DX. And here's a pretty cool one. I've actually never played this Point Butcher. Maybe I will eventually. Here's the Smurf Point Butcher. So they're all Smurfs, and I forget that guy's name. So, and I have no idea who the rare one is. I want to say it's Papa Smurf, but I don't know. And there are a lot of cards there. and a decent number of cards there, and it says collect all 6 figurines. So I'm guessing like you can get a figurine to fall out, and then you can win it. I'm not sure if it's instant win or if you need to do something in order to get that figurine. And yeah, it says Pop Smurf for 500, so it's definitely the rare one. So that's pretty cool. Like, I like seeing coin butchers. I have not kept up to date on them. So yeah, they have a bunch of Mario Kart DXs. You know, it is just a really big arcade. I've been filming for 15 minutes, and I haven't been going like too slow. Like all these motocrosses, there's a lot of games here. It's pretty cool that there's no one here right now. So I think I got everything. So yeah, that's a lot of cool stuff. Just doing one quick look in case I did miss anything. Yeah, that's a lot of cool stuff. Yeah, it's like just a really big arcade with a lot of games. They have laser tag, and they have bowling, and they have a bar, and they just have some pretty interesting stuff. There's Nerf, someone knocked it up. It was like $100 earlier. Yeah, Twister, that's a pretty cool game. You know, Family Kitchen. All right, so we're in the winner circle. There are some Mario plush and some, I think, you know, Animal plush, and they have more plush right there, and they have Marvel Mysteries. You got some figurines, I guess, or figures. And there's some little buddies and Squish Me's. They have little, like, tiny, not beanies, but they look like, maybe there are some beanies. No, I don't think so. That's Superman and all the other DC people. Got some Funko Pops, and we got some Sonic stuff, Mario, Sonic Air Hockey, Star Wars drone, and we have some comics. That's really cool. Spider-Man, Bend and Flex. You got some stickers. Actually, these are pretty cool. I might get some of these for some people I know. You got Minecraft gift bags, Mario figurines, miniature board games, Clue, Guess Who, Connect 4. That's really cool. You don't see this very often. Monopoly. Plush. You got some teddy bears, wall climbers, space sabers. I'm not sure what this is. Some sort of squishies. Action swords, fairy wands. You got some plush there. More plush, more plush, more plush and plush. And we have Naruto Shippuden. What's it called? SpongeBob. Oh, look, melty beads. That's really cool. That is really cool. You don't see that very often, and it's in a set. So like, that's a really cool thing. Like, that's something from like the 90s. You have SpongeBob and Squidward, and I have to keep talking or also get copyright claimed. And then there's Gary. That's cool. And then we got more Funko Pops. We got Pokemon headphones. We got Pokemon Legos or Mega Blocks. Rock'em Sock'em, Kerplunk, more Pokemon. We have some little buddy collectibles. Unicorn headband, a lot more plush, and then we have the some eggs, erasers, squeezlings, fashion, whatever that's, fashion accessories, Bluetooth speaker, Hello Kitty stuff, Kerplunk, LOL, lots of LOL, and then we have Care Bears, toy mini brands, lots of plush, and then we have a bunch of candy. There's a whole bunch of things here, and there's a dart game there. It's very odd to have it next to candy, but you know, gummies, Tootsie Rolls, Pez, lots of Pez. It's only $2.75. It's a pretty good deal. Zots, alien tongue, mega buttons. They have some hot dog makers, Tetris waffle maker, Pac-Man waffle maker, s'mores, giant gummy bear, left, right, center, giant edition. Say sorry, giant. And then we have some stuff up here. We have air hockey, pool, some blasters, some balls, it's like inflatables, soccer balls, inflatable, plush. And then we have some small toys here, and it's like survival science lab, foosball. They have a gel blaster, it's pretty cool. Franklin basketball. They have these giant Hot Wheels pens, Hot Wheels tracks, Hot Wheels mini maker kits. They have this little like little grabber thing. It's cool. And then yeah, they have some other blasters. And then over here are some squishies. There's actually like a squishy I don't know, like a little console. And then these are some mystery things, and for what's worth, they're all there's different sets. So this one has something, and then this one has different. So like that one has pugs, this one has like a little cat, but all the ones with the cat have the same thing. So you can tell what they're going to be based on the art. These are some these are really interesting. There's like beads all here, and then you push them around. You have some plush there. You got what is it, mugs or tumblers. Those are actually really good. And you have a gamer blanket, which has, you know, a blanket with games. And you got some plush. There's a light up football and a puck shoot. And then you have some, what is it, like those things you put in your man cave or woman cave, LED signs. Got some trucks, and we have some small toys, more plush, even there. These are little racing pets, and then some small knickknacks, electronics. You have earbuds, fiber optic things, cat ear, headphones, psychedelic disco light, the tripods, pretty cool, earbuds rather. Block Tech Lego-like flowers. We have, you know, energy orb, pop sockets, ring light, party light, Newton Trail. Those things are so cool. Heart ring light, like those little wheels. And there's some small board games: Starry, Clue, Trouble, Twister, a stretchy rat, a whoopee cushion, little, you know, gag gifts, prank gifts, eraser bits. So it's like, that's pretty cool. Sushi erasers, magic snow, lab buddy, so it's a magnetic buddy. And they have some what's that? Balloony pets, magic worm. And then, you know, here are some small items that you can, you know, get. You have hacky sacks, or not, juggling balls. Here, I think they're a hacky sack, but you can use them as juggling balls. Pretty cool. And they have handcuffs, buzzers, and over here we have Candyland and a roulette. And then there's the candy. It's a sugar worm. It's not really cereal, but it looks like a cereal box. And it says absolutely no nutritional value added. Very true. And there's a pretzel maker, got gummy bears, and then there's I think that's like gummy ramen and gummy donuts, and there's gummy Lunchables, pretty cool. And then they have some small candy. They have gummy hot dogs, Sour Patch, Warheads, Mary Jane's, Swedish Fish, Sour Punch, Sour Patch, whatever. And there's Smarties, Dum Dums. I think those are gummy burgers, and there's soda cans, Skittles, Citrus Rolls. You have some lollipops and ring pops, flashing ring pops, and then you have some Warheads, the super worm, gummy super worm, 2 feet long, and then Pop Rocks, nickel nips, toxic waste, Warheads, and lots of Pop Rocks, lots of varieties. And they have the Warheads liquid, and then over here are the big prizes. So they have the Nintendo Switch for $83,100, and then there's a big speaker, and there's a Riptide Racer, not sure what that is, and there's like a drone and like a little RC car, rugged speaker, whatever that is. There's a pro gaming accessory bundle that has a keyboard, mouse, headset, and mouse pad. That's actually pretty cool. There's a Funko Pop behind the desk, or behind the case for whatever reason. There's an Apple Watch. There's AirPods, a podcasting kit, some Beats, Buds, and headphones. And then also there's the Sony headphones. There's some earbuds. There's a Game Boy like thing. It says Go Gamer Classic. And there's Echo Dot. And then there's like electric shave ice makers. So that's, you know, basically everything. I might have missed a few things. This is a very, very big location, and there are people here. So yeah, this is a really, really cool place. It is the best main event in California because it's the only main event in California. But yeah, it is really, really cool. Everyone, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.